really exciting for me to introduce Chris. And
so I did grow up in Modesto, California, born and raised, although I've lived in a couple different areas down in Los Angeles. We have a good amount of family down there.
Let's go ahead and pour the white, and then Chris will tell us about the wine as we drink. Then we'll go ahead and hear more about your story, Chris. So,
sure. This first wine here is a white blend of Albarino and Grenache Blanc. So Albarino is predominantly from Spain. That's where it's associated with. It's literally translates to the white grape down by the river. And then the Grenache Blanc is a French grape historically, although all those varieties are grown all over the world now. The wine industry has been, they don't exclude Latinos, but they don't necessarily, they don't cater to us, they don't look for us, and we're the biggest growing demographic in California and the United States as well. So our buying power is going up, and we're a part of the history of this industry. It was built on our backs, on our ancestors' backs, not my back, but people that put in years of work and they were compensated. But then again, I know a lot of people right now that work in cellars, but because of maybe a language barrier, they can never reach that next level of becoming a winemaker. But when you taste with them, when you talk to them about wine, they know very well what they like.
What the bottle says, but I mean, you know, I guess you could have named your brand anything, and you decided to say soda. So where did that come from?
I know. I tend to always know what I don't want. I don't always know what I specifically want, right? So I know I didn't want to have my name blasted on a bottle, which is common, you know. I have a lot of respect for my family and my name, but I wanted something that really appealed to a lot of people, not just having my last name on there. So when I started going through ideas of what ties in our history and my family, I mean, it's a daunting task to think, how can I effectively communicate that I'm a product of proud Latino immigrants, but very much an American-born person that has grown up in American pop culture. And so within people like me, there's a big, like a nostalgia factor where we respect maybe what we didn't before, you know. So the history came into play, started tossing around some ideas, and someone had told me, well, you know, like the Aztec is a big empire that existed in the areas that we're from. What about that? So as we explored it, the myth of the 5 sons came through. I don't know if anybody knows. Do you guys know about the 5 sons that they kind of...
No, tell us the history. Tell us where that came from.
So the Aztecs believed that they were the people of the people of the sun, and so they were charged with dominating as much of the land as possible because they were the chosen people. And so they believed the world had been created and destroyed in 4 different cycles before them, 4 different reasons. Now their new god had chosen them to be the caretakers of the earth, and so they believed they were in the empire of the 5th son. So as we progress to Latinos now, there's a lot of things that come with the Aztec culture that I don't necessarily agree with when it came to sacrifice and all that, right? So we're not going to glorify that, but what is our interpretation as Latinos as we go forward? And so Seis Soles to me is just that new vanguard, a whole new generation that includes all of us that are now, as Latinos, growing as a people, as a force here in the United States. And we're eco-conscious, we're politically conscious, and we're a part of this fabric. And that's what I believe that Seis Soles to me believes. But I also like to leave it open for interpretation for people. What does Seis Soles mean to you? What is your interpretation of as a Latino in this space, right? So it's kind of open as well.
But we're going to go into the Seis Soles Red Blend. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful label there. And so can you tell us about this particular blend that you've got here, Chris?
Yeah, this red blend is 60% Syrah, 40% Cabernet. It just happens to be the same percentages of the like the white, but for no specific reason. So Syrah and Cabernet are, like I said, Cabernet is the biggest amount that we grow here in Lodi. Syrah is a big blender that people use. They don't tend to label it on their bottles. It adds a lot of mid palate. So Syrah has a lot of earthy qualities. There's a lot of viscosity in there. It's not necessarily going to be big on tannin normally, but it will have good structure and fatness and roundness.
So Chris, can you tell us about the Bordeaux blend?
Yeah, on this one I only made 50, and I'm down to about 18 cases, so it's going fast. I'm almost sold out, so I'll be looking to bottle this one soon.
I know. I really enjoy this, and really the price point for this is really it's really inexpensive. It's what they call a good QPR, right? Good quality price kind of thing.
You know, what's the dream? Where do you see yourself in a couple of years?
The dream, man. The dream right now is I hope to grow this and have it available in restaurants near everybody that loves it, and online. I'm not gonna have a tasting room now, especially after COVID shutting down every tasting room. It's not a focus of mine.
So what actually can we expect? And
I think you should expect maybe either a Tempranillo, a Portuguese blend, or a Sauvignon Blanc, or maybe all three, depending.
We're loving it. We're really, so you need to keep making that, Chris, okay? Don't change it.
No.
Chris, even if it's just for me, it's okay. Just for me.
Okay. I'll make your own cake.
Thank you. All right, we're good.
thank you for your time today.
Hey, muchísimas gracias, man, to everyone. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you. I love you guys.
Sounds good.